Hey, soups and non-soups, welcome to this week's Box Office QBs, and we're talking Gen V, the new addition to the Boys universe on Amazon Prime, also through Sony. This is an interesting show that dives deeper into what we've ever seen in the Boys universe. The Boys has always been so focused on the Seven and kind of how the Seven impacts people, whether indirectly or directly, and now we're seeing how soups as a whole kind of are grown and raised in this world and how they live and breathe and if they still do stuff normal people do. And I guess that's kind of the best way to explain it, Jeff, right?
Yeah, it's a coming of age story set in the fucked up world of the boys. And they do a really great job of painting how you get into the Seven. And it's very interesting how they do like a ranking scale and like there's all these politics behind it. So, really, it's like college sports, if you think about it, is kind of how they've set up this series. And I thought that as far as spin-offs go, that this first season was really great and could stand on its own if you haven't ever seen The Boys.
It could. Now the problem with that is the way producers, the directors, I guess the Prime has it set up at this point is that now that this is a thing, this feeds directly into the next season of The Boys, and The Boys will feed directly into the next season of this, which I could see how it would upset some fans, considering right now in a world of MCUs and DCUs and and Netflix CUs, and HBOs in all these different cinematic universes, right? You have another one asking you to dive deeper into it. However, I will say this: I don't think the Boys fans are the kind of fans that would really bitch about a sort of thing. The Boys fans are a very specific kind of people, is what I'm saying, and they're
Yeah, like it felt like this was a more contained story. Like you do have big cameos in season one. You have Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy, which I thought was fucking hilarious. His whole cameo sequence, and then on the very last episode, you do get Homelander and Butcher in a post-credit scene. This is a spoiler review, Avi, but
yeah.
you clicked on it. Here it is. But yeah, it felt like they really, gave these characters the time to grow. Like Andre and Marie and Kate are very layered characters. It's different than an MCU show where the bigger picture is what's kind of in the you know road ahead of you, and I think that it kind of dampens the character development at the end of the day. This was a lot different than your typical Disney Plus MCU type connected universe.
Well, yeah. I mean, there is a scene where Lizzie Broadway's Emma Meyer shrinks herself and has
Yeah, I
sex with
mean
a guy.
that too. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean there's some
This,
shit.
I mean, yeah, this is definitely 100% different than anything you'll ever see in the MCU. Is it family friendly? God, no. Is it
No.
good? Yes. It's an
Yes.
exciting turn. It's again just like The Boys was, its predecessor. It's an exciting turn and take on the superhero genre and what would really happen in a real life world. And all of this makes sense, right? You've got people who hate the Supes because they may have inadvertently or purposely killed somebody. You've got politicians who are secretly Supes, and that's some stuff that I really liked about this, is that like this allowed you to dive deeper into the world and answered questions that the boys has itself kind of skirted around. How do they get these people? Like, is it just beauty pageants like Starlight? How do they find these people to be in the Seven? And then also, like the politician, like whenever she was blowing up people's heads, it was like, what the hell? And now we know even more about her, that she's just like main character Maria Moreau, and that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. So this is really basically the X-Men is kind of what this show is. Like it is the
An
X-Men,
X-rated, an
an
X-rated
R-rated,
X-Men,
X-rated X-Men.
X-rated X-Men. If that's the thing.
Yeah, I mean if like dicks are exploding and other things are happening, uh yeah, like it's definitely different, but uh it's finding yourself and finding who you want to be, and that's really like you see that with Marie especially because she's the main character of the show. Like losing her parents and being the one who caused the accident and finding herself and finding a place where she finally fits in. You have Andre, who's trying to live up to his dad's name as Polarity. You have Kate, who lost her boyfriend in Golden Boy, and like some more fucked up shit in that background. Like it is essentially this universe's version of the X-Men, and I am 100% into how this is going to tie into the future of the boys and Gen V season 2, which we know we're getting, and everything that comes between and after.
So we got introduced to a slew of new characters into the boys universe. As mentioned, we've already talked about Marie Moreau, we've talked about Andre, we've talked about Emma a little bit. There was also Jordan Lee and Kate Dunlap as the other two big ones. Also Sam and his brother, as you mentioned. Holy shit,
Golden Boy.
Golden Boy.
Yeah.
But looking at those sets of characters, which one are your top two? Which are your favorite?
I do like Andre. I think he is just like what they said in the show. It's like it's what the demographic of 14 to 19-year-olds say he's a real one or something, which was hilarious. So I do like Andre a lot. I just think he's kind of like the uh, thing that the glue that holds everything together. He connects Kate and he connects Marie, and he's just the glue of the whole group. I do like Sam too. I think Sam is a very interesting character just because he's a little bit crazy, like a lot of bit
Just a little bit.
crazy.
Just a little bit. That's
Yeah, like when he's like having an episode and everybody turns into puppets. That's just like creative as shit. Like he's like ripping people apart at a certain point and then just confetti is flying out. It's just so crazy. So those are
yeah.
my
That
two.
I think Sam is he's a little terrifying, to be honest though. Like just the fact that he at any moment, like at the last battle when he's fighting with Andre, I'm like he is just playing with Andre. He's not trying to kill him. He's just playing with him because like this guy would be ripping through his skull easily. I did enjoy him and Andre. I'm a huge fan of Jazz Sinclair's Maria Moreau. Her blood powers are kind of intense and scary, and I could imagine a badass costume. Like imagine that in comics. That's a pretty badass superhero. I'm not gonna lie, and it's kind of crazy that she could just blow people's heads up too. Like
Yeah.
whoops, like, and then also like save their lives. Like that's kind of badass powers though.
Yeah, they are. Like it is jarring though when you first find out about her powers. Like
Oh,
when she kills her parents,
that first scene was kind of that was tragic. That
that
was
was
tragic.
for sure.
What this show didn't do was it didn't just try to be a superhero show. It told a story and it told it well. So,
Yeah, for sure.
but let's go into final rankings now on this. What are you ranking the first season of Gen V?
First season of Gen V, I honestly would give it an all-star. Like it really did exceed my expectations. Like I wasn't expecting a spin-off of The Boys to be bad, but I wasn't expecting it, to exceed my expectations and for me to like it almost as much as I like The Boys.
Mhm.
It just made this universe stronger, honestly. Like some of the Marvel stuff, and I don't want to harp on Marvel, but I think some of the Marvel shows kind of hurt the universe because there's so many of them. Like Secret Invasion is a big example of that. Here, it just heightens things. It makes the lore a little bit deeper, and I just really am invested in a new set of characters here.
Yeah, it is also only the second show of an entire I guess of this entire cinematic universe, if that's what you can even call it. And I don't think that's what we should call it. We got to find something else to call it that. But like, it is also only the second series. Like, it took until recently for people to start saying, "Okay, Marvel, you've saturated the market. Let's calm down." Um, so like, I definitely all star for me as well. There are some things that are just a little bit iffy. Like, I want to know what I'm really. I don't know about iffy is the word there, but bringing Billy Butcher in at the end there. What was he doing in the woods? Um, And what would he do? And what else is the politician going to do? And I'm sorry, I'm blanking on her damn name.
And I think I called Billy Butcherson at the beginning, which is the zombie from Hocus Pocus. So my mind
Oh
is in
god,
5 different places. But
you're
yeah,
good.
there's a whole lot of shit. And the creators of this show say what it picks up, the Boys season 4 picks up like hours after this episode
Yeah,
ends. So
yeah.
it's going to
Apparently, it
tie
picks up pretty
directly
quickly.
into it.
And it's that's interesting. I want to know one, like how the hell is Marie alive? Homelander just blew a laser through her. So what happened there? Um, Also, Homelander. I think that was even showing just there, because there was a big question at the end of the Boys season 3. What the hell's going to happen to Homelander? Answer: nothing. Nothing. One damn thing. He could kill someone in the middle of Fifth Avenue, and he's going to be okay.
Yep.
And that's what he did. So now he's just showing around. Now, how is Vought in control of Homelander? Because they're probably not, or the Seven. The Seven is technically, I think, like the Three, because half of them are dead or gone. Um, they so home, and then they have Homelander who's running it, and the only thing they've ever been able to control him with was, hey, if you do that, the people will hate you. They won't hate him. So now he can do whatever the hell he wants. So now we have Homelander doing whatever the hell he wants, and we have the crooked politician with a virus, but I don't think she's going to use the virus. She's a super self. And then you have Butcher, who is now looking for the virus, possibly, and the group of teens who know about the virus and are trying to stop it.
Yep.
How is this all going to intertwine and interact? I don't know.
We're in for a hell of a season 4.
And
That's all
for
I know.
a hell of a season 4. But if you watch The Boys, you definitely need to see this. I waited for a few weeks, actually. I ended up binging, I think, 4 or 5 episodes before I caught up with the airing dates. So if you haven't started it or you haven't finished it, get off to your ass. Sorry we just spoiled a lot of it for you, but that's your own damn fault for continuing to watch this after Jeff said it like 5 minutes in. Jeff, do you have anything else to say?
That's it. How about let's talk about Rival a little bit.
Absolutely. If you haven't already, make sure you're going to joinrival.com/boxofficeqbs. Once you're there, join and deposit any amount you want up to 200, because guess what? That money that you deposit is going to get doubled by Rival. On top of that, you're going to get a $25 voucher and a $10 free play pass into your account. So you can have all that money and more to bet against fantasy sports and bet against your friends and make that more money back. So all you have to do, again, joinrival.com/boxofficeqbs.
Boom.
And that'll be it for us. Again, go watch Gen V on Prime Video right now. Great series, fantastic actors. Hats off to everybody, the writers, the producers, the actors, everybody who didn't had anything to do with this, because it gave us 15 minutes of something to talk about on YouTube for you guys.
Yes.
See y'all later. Follow us on social media. Bye.